News. Local coverage you can count on.
And you can find more information on last night's storm right now on the CBS 42 News app. A much quieter day in central Alabama as we look at this view from our DCH Regional Medical Center camera. Here's CBS 42 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Ashley Gann. Now, just how long this calm will last, Ashley.
Well, another day before we're going to be dealing with more active weather this Easter weekend. So let's savor the sunshine. We'll get at least today and tomorrow. Beautiful view in Rainbow City. I'm loving this. Those greens coming back to life now in the spring. Temperatures right now in Etowah County, 50 in Jackson, 64 in Coleman, 68 in Hamilton, mid-70s from Jackson down to Tuscaloosa. For the overnight hours, we're staying in the 70s through 6 p.m. On our way into the 50s early tomorrow morning. A mild but seasonable night across central Alabama. But here comes the wet weather. I'll break down these Easter weekend rain chances for you coming up in your Storm Team 7-day forecast.
Ashley, thank you. We're following breaking news in the war in Ukraine. According to the Associated Press, the flagship of its Black Sea fleet sank after being damaged by an explosion. Ukrainian forces say they hit the vessel with missiles. Russia's now acknowledging the fire, but says there was no attack. The loss of this ship is a blow to the Russian military as it regroups for a renewed offense in eastern Ukraine.
A man suspected in the Brooklyn, New York subway shooting will be held without bond. 62-year-old Frank James appeared in court today to face a federal terrorism charge. His attorney asked for him to receive psychiatric treatment in jail. In court filings, prosecutors say James is a danger to the community and a serious flight risk if he's released on bond. James' attorney is asking the public to not rush to judgment.
Initial press and police reports in cases like this one are often inaccurate.
Police are still searching for a motive in the shooting, though. If he's convicted, James faces life in prison.
A man is behind bars and facing charges in connection to a deadly shooting in Clanton that happened over the weekend. Clanton police arrested Cordarius Glover this morning for the shooting death of Dante Milner. Police say Milner was shot at an abandoned barbershop on Sunday. He died from his injuries Monday. Glover is facing a murder charge.
And there's new information about that Amber Alert issued out of Dothan yesterday. We told you last night that the 2-month-old baby was safely handed over to authorities. Well, today, the baby's non-custodial mother is facing charges. Alexis Richards is charged with interference with custody. Her baby had been placed in a temporary home by DHR. According to police, Richards showed up with another person unannounced to that home and left with the baby. That other person, who was also named in the Amber Alert, may also face charges.
Well, supply chain headaches leave leaders on the hunt for a fix. President Biden and the White House are pushing legislation that they think can help. CBS 42 Washington correspondent Hannah Brand joins us now live to explain how. Hannah?
Yeah, Carly, that's right. The Biden administration is in high gear on high tech, focusing on ways to push their Made in America agenda. A robot dog named Spot stole the show during President Biden's visit to a North Carolina tech school. This is one of the first that Emily Glenn has ever to increase the graduates and invest in a high-tech workforce. We were made up to get for each project and impacting one joint president Biden as he called on Congress to foster innovation and competition, saying it would boost America's semiconductor industry and help build our contract capability. North Carolina Republican Senator Todd Bowles blamed Biden for, quote, the worst inflation in more than 40 years. But President Biden argues things are improving.
Americans are back to work. Our economy's gone from being on the mend to being on the move.
And he says this legislation could pave a path to a better economy.
There's not a thing, not a single thing America cannot do. Not a single thing that we can't outcompete the rest of the world.
There is bipartisan support for this legislation, but both the Senate and the House have passed different versions of it. So now they have some negotiating to get a final version to the president's desk. Live in Washington, I'm Hannah Brand.
Hannah, before we let you go, supply chain issues, inflation is impacting pretty much all Americans. Is there any word yet on how soon that there could be action on this legislation? actually in recess, and they're going to be in recess next week too. So it isn't until after that that they'll be able to come back to Capitol Hill or expecting it. Hey, look, your first question was supposed to be rather self-contained. But traditionally held Alabama families put food on the table. Here's CBS 42 State Capitol reporter Maddie Beertemple with how food banks are managing the high cost of food. The Montgomery Area Food Bank helps thousands of Alabamians put food on the table every year, but recent inflation and the pandemic has presented challenges. Communications Director Al Bloom says the food bank relies in part on grocery store donations, but because of supply chain problems, they haven't always been able to get items in stock. As a result, the food bank has had to buy food, now more expensive than before. Bloom says that redirects money away from other expenses like refrigeration and expansion efforts.
During the height of the pandemic, when we had like 300 or 400 additional unemployment claims, we spent over $1 million in food.
Coming up at 6, hear from another Alabama food bank about how they're dealing with the challenges of inflation. In Montgomery, Maddie Beertemple, CBS 42 News. Local coverage you can count on. Right now, crews in Marion County are continuing cleanup efforts after an 18-wheeler burst into flames on Interstate 22. Take a look at this picture. This is from the Marion County Sheriff's Office. You can see that large flame there. The fire happened this morning near the Mississippi State line. The Sheriff's Office tells us the driver was treated for smoke inhalation. One lane is open on I-22 westbound. We're told drivers should expect some delays in that area. Well, still ahead in evening with Tua Tagovailoa.
CBS 42 sports anchor D. Jackson sits down with the former Alabama QB. Up next, plus the state's working to end the sale of gas-powered vehicles.
And why some people are willing to put their happiness over employment. We'll have your consumer headlines coming up next. But here's what's coming up in our second half hour. An South Alabama hospital in danger of closing. Find out why the Thomasville mayor says the hospital's owed millions in COVID relief funds. And tax day, fast approaching. What you need to know if you are one of the millions who have not yet filed your tax returns. These stories and much more ahead at 4:30.
This is the worst storm water drainage problem I've seen in a resident.
Poor storm drainage causing damage to residential property.
Flooded house, flooded the garage, overwhelmed our yard.
You reached out to CBS 42. Now we're digging deeper to find out what the city is doing to help.
I've talked with numerous people at the city, and still there's no direction on how to solve the issue.
Tonight at 10, we are your voice, your station.
A healthy smile can last a lifetime, and Midfield Dental Center can help you keep your smile healthy with regular checkups as well as cosmetic and restorative dentistry. Our caring doctors and experienced dental team provide services like oral surgery, implants, dentures, and periodontal treatment. We also provide oral and conscious sedation to give you a more comfortable dental visit. It's dental care you can trust for more than 40 years. Midfield Dental Center, 205-923-6828.
President Trump trusted Lindy Blanchard with national security issues because Lindy is strong, conservative, and tough, and she backs it up. Lindy believes the election was stolen from Trump. Kay Ivey thinks Biden's victory was legitimate. Lindy believes Alabama should not do business with the Chinese. Kay Ivey expanded trade with communist China. Like Trump, Lindy will appoint conservatives as judges. Kay Ivey appointed liberal Democrats. Trump tested conservative to the core. A clear choice. Lindy Blanchard for governor.
We have been helping injured workers for years. We know the law, and we are ready to go.
Wintermark King, the name you know and trust.
Showing you more. Watch the CBS 42 Evening News.
Take a look at your home's exterior. Do you see any chips or cracks? Does it look worn or need repair? Call Hinkle Roofing now to avoid more costly problems later. Siding? Hinkle does that too. Hinkle Roofing, your home exterior experts.
CBS 42 Forecast First is sponsored by Hinkle Roofing, your home exterior experts. You're watching the CBS 42 News at 4 with Sherry Jackson, Art Franklin, Carly Lang, and Chief Meteorologist Ashley Gann. We are local coverage you can count on.
In consumer news, a Fitbit can now alert you if it detects an irregular heartbeat.
Plus, a poll on choosing happiness over a job and California's plan to go electric. Here's CBS 42's Andrea Lindenberg.
California wants to end the sale of gas-powered cars in the state by 2035. California regulators unveiled a new plan to increase the sale of electric and zero-emissions vehicles over the next 13 years. To help the surge, the state has already set the goal of tripling the number of charging stations by 2025. New York also working to ban the sale of gas-powered vehicles by 2035. Fitbit getting backing from the FDA. The agency approved the wearable technology's heart rhythm monitor. Users will get an alert if the Fitbit detects atrial fibrillation while they're sleeping. The type of irregular heart rhythm impacts more than 33.5 million people. And the majority of millennials and Gen Z put their personal happiness over work. That's according to a new survey by consulting firm Randstad. Nearly half said they would rather be unemployed than unhappy in a job. The survey also found the two generations prioritize companies that share their personal values. 30% said they would take lower salaries if that meant they were purposefully contributing to society. I've purposely worked to open a family. With Consumer News, I'm on David Lindenberg.
I think that's kind of what everybody knows. That is a saying that as long as you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
It feels like you're working, but I do have 4 kids to feed, so there is that. We have lots of food. Our grocery bill's pretty high in our house, but I'm grateful for a job, though. I tell you what else I'm grateful for, sunshine. After a day like yesterday, an active day of weather, an active night of storms, we calmed down today, and now we are seeing sunshine. Stay brave. More wet weather is back this weekend. Alive with in Anniston right now, beautiful view there in Townsend County. Temperature sitting at 74 in Anniston, 73 in Talladega, 105 Tuscaloosa, Mountville, those sitting at 76 with 75 in Clanton. For tonight, those temperatures will remain seasonable. We're staying in the 50s though until just before sunrise, where those temperatures will land at about 45 in Gadsden, 46 in Asheville, closer to 50 in Birmingham. Pair of 4s here in Fayette with 48 in Tuscaloosa as well as Mountville. As we move into your Good Friday, look at the sunshine we'll see as we round out the week, and 60s by mid-morning, low 70s by 11 a.m. and 1 o'clock, temperatures at 77. If you are attending any services tomorrow, maybe midday or later in the evening, the weather is going to be a delight. Temperatures will get close to 80 degrees by afternoon, and again, staying mostly clear through the evening hours. Let's go ahead and talk about that rainfall. Saturday is going to be another overnight rain event, late Saturday, well, really early Saturday morning, just after midnight through around 5 a.m. So 5 o'clock, Hamilton, Tacoma, and Gadsden, this line of rain pushes through. A lot of strong wind along this and some heavy rainfall that doesn't last long. 7 a.m. Tuscaloosa, Alabaster, to Talladega, and then moving south of I-20 by 10 o'clock. And then things should actually improve by the afternoon. Just a couple of light showers to our northwest Saturday afternoon, and then we'll see another wave of rain late in the afternoon and early evening. So Saturday will be a little messy. It could impact some of those Easter egg hunts Saturday afternoon and or morning. Just keep that in mind, or those travel plans as well. We will still stick to that unsettled weather pattern for your Easter Sunday. A couple of stray showers and storms possible through midday. Grab the umbrella, maybe an Easter umbrella to match that Easter outfit of yours. Temperatures not terribly cold though, staying in the low to mid and even upper 60s there as we round out the weekend. Notice the temperature shift though. We will start to see those temperatures declining a bit as we move into Tuesday, and then we're talking about another chance of rain on Thursday. So we'll see a slight warm-up Wednesday, and then another cold front Thursday brings us our next chance of the potential for strong storms. So we'll be eyeing this closely. Thursday morning, it'll be in the Tennessee Valley. By Thursday afternoon, moving across Alabama. By Thursday night, sliding south of I-20 and waking up Friday to a clear sky next week. So it's another one of these 7-day cycles. It looks like another round of severe weather is possible later next week. So for this weekend, tracking the scattered storm Saturday, unsettled weather patterns through Sunday, moving out Monday, clearing out and cooling down though by Tuesday. And that's a look at your storm team 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Ashley. Still to come, he is one of the most successful Alabama players in recent memory. When we come back, our D. Jackson sits down with Tua Tagovailoa, a special one-on-one at his charity event in Tuscaloosa. But first, we have a look at drive times across the Birmingham Metro. If you're heading down 65, looks like a little stop and go there. From downtown to Hoover, you're looking at about 24 minutes. Downtown to Alabaster, 38 minutes. From downtown to Calera, 47. You're watching the CBS 42 News at 4.